Hi, this is the Ashley Kryn, broadcasting to you live from the basement of the Revolution, and I have an old friend, someone who you haven't seen in a while. Say hello to my little friend. Sorry, that's not the friend, although that is friend. I have the beanie. Hold on, I can't do this with one hand. That ain't a bad shot. Now, now I can't fucking see anything. Well, I mean, I can't see well enough to... There we go. This is the beanie of the Revolution. Bequeathed to me from on high by, you guessed it, Frank Stallone. That's a joke that isn't really true. And when Frank Stallone bequeathed this beanie upon me, he said, "Hey, I just want you to, use this for good purposes. Don't do evil. With great beanies come great responsibility." And then he went and played some jazz flute or some shit. Now, this is a serious video. And this is a serious video. And I just want all you to know, I was thinking about, the Space Force. Because Donald Trump, and I told myself that I wouldn't bring up Donald Trump in this video. And I won't. Even though I just did. But I'm going to talk about the Space Force, and this is fucking real shit. Hold on. Pardon me. Ooh. This video is brought to you by Hug Sub Chain. If you're reading that mirrored, then that's what it says. I'm going to talk about the Space Force because I don't want to spoil anything, but I've been writing a novel for now about 15 years. I know, right? Publication is right around the corner. Just kidding. I don't have a working manuscript. But it doesn't matter. What I'm talking about is the Space Force. Because Donald Trump... And see, this is the thing. This is the fucking thing, dude. Is... Pardon me. The thing is... When Donald Trump was talking about the Space Force, people were making fun of him like, "Oh, this crazy geriatric son of a bitch, he's talking about a Space Force. Like, what is this, Star Trek, dude?" The final frontier is in space, and I'm speaking completely lucid and completely serious right now. The final frontier is space, because if you think of, just take for example, America versus Russia or China. If Russia started colonizing Mars, or if China started colonizing Mars, and this is all in my upcoming novel. Well, I mean, not so much Russia and China, but the colonization of Mars. The militarization of the moon. Because think of this. Think of this. No, think about it for a second. So, the moon can be weaponized. Because of, what is it? I can't think of the scientific term, but it's the reason why the moon, why the face of the moon is always facing towards Earth is because of gravity and shit like that. So you could put beams, high-powered beams, directed at Earth on the light side of the moon, on the face of the moon. Think about that shit. And this isn't some fucking highfalutin, sci-fi dream bullshit. You could do it because the same side of the moon is always facing the Earth. In military terms, that's a strategic advantage. And so we need to have a space force. And people talk shit on Newt Gingrich, even though there's a lot to talk shit on Newt Gingrich about. And he's saying we need a base on the moon. Think about it. Think about it. And I'm just this is free intel, even though if the fucking if the Defense Department wants to, kick me down a couple $100,000, that would be fucking fine. But building, and see, the thing about the moon is that it's inhospitable. And so it's really hard for people to go to the moon without dying. But we've been there. And our technology is advanced. In fact, the only thing that has stopped us from building a base on the moon, in my opinion, is the fact that that NASA doesn't get enough, government funding. Because they're like, what are we gonna go to the moon? Are we gonna find some more rocks? And it's like, no, you're not thinking strategically. If you build, and I'm saying I'm speaking to the American government, if you build a complex on the moon, on the face of the moon, the light side of the moon, that has a high-powered, it could even be a cannon, or a rocket silo, or, various rocket silos. You can shoot straight down to the Earth whenever you want, depending on the orbit, of course. And you could even build military installations on the dark side of the moon. Because no one's going to go there. You fucking build Area 51, you got every fucking Tom, Dick, and asshole fucking, trying to fucking drive up to the fence and shit. No one's gonna no fucking hick is gonna, with a camera, is gonna drive up to the goddamn moon, because they can't get there. Think about it. Think about it. Anyways, Space Force. # Space Force.